Back. Now we look at problems from Statistics 4.1 of web work. Problem 1. What are all the values that a correlation R can possibly take? Correlation can take any value between -1 and +1. In a scatter plot of the average price of a barrel of oil and the average retail price of gallon of gasoline, you expect to see what? Well, we know that if the price of barrel of oil increases, then your actual retail price of gasoline also increases. So it's positive correlation. Okay, you expect a positive association. You have data for many years on the average price of a barrel of oil and average retail price of a gallon of unleaded regular gasoline. When you make a scatter plot, the explanatory variable. So on the x-axis, what do we have? Well, because we expect gasoline price to depend on the price of barrel of oil, right? So the dependent one is the response, that is y coordinate, whereas the independent one is the explanatory. So average price of barrel of oil will be the explanatory. So that is the oil price. Okay, next problem. Okay, decide whether the variables represented by the scatter plots are positively or negatively correlated. P for positive, N for negative. These points are falling down from the left. So this is negatively correlated. B, these are climbing up. So this is positively correlated. These are also climbing up. It's more dispersed, but still it's climbing up. So that's positively correlated. This is falling down, negatively correlated. Next problem. Match the following sample correlation with the explanation of what that. R equals 1, that is a perfect line, positively correlated. So a perfect positive relationship, that is 1. So that is a C. R equals -1, that is a perfect negative correlation. So where is a perfect negative correlation? Okay, perfect negative relationship. So that's a B. Now 0.92, that's a positive relation and very close to 1. So it's a strong positive. So this is a strong positive. R equals -1.5, that's a negative, so it's a negative relation, and it is close to 0, so it's a weak negative. Okay, next one. The height in feet and volume, so height and volume of usable lumber of 32 cherry trees are measured by a researcher. Goal is to determine if the volume of usable lumber can be estimated from the height of the tree. Okay, now what is the response? Response is the vertical axis. Height is the explanatory. So response is the volume. What does the scatter plot suggest? This to me looks like positive relation association. Okay, there is an outlier also, so I would say it is both A and B. Okay, they are all positively related except for this one guy, so that's an outlier. Now let's consider this. Following scatter plot of weight of cars versus gas mileage. So this is negative relation. So of these, it is not going to be negative 1.0 because negative 1 means you have an actual line. These are not on an exact line. So it is a negative 0.9. It's close to a line, but not an exact line. Okay, next problem. Okay, match the correlation coefficients. So that's going down. So it has to be this. And notice how close to a line it is. So this one number is close to negative 1. So this is A. Okay, all these are positive. This is the only one going negative, so we know that's A. Now, difference between these three. This is going up, but rather dispersed. So it has the lowest positive relation. So it's positive but very low. So among these three numbers, that's the lowest positive. So that's a B. Okay. This between these two, that is the highest positive because it is closest to a line. It's, all the points are rather close to each other, almost looking like a line. It's not an exact line, but close to a line. So this is the highest positive relation. So that's C. This is positive. It's not as sharp as this, but it is positive. So that is a D. Okay, next problem. All right, so here we require some calculation. So I will start on a new video for this calculation. Until then, bye.